Good afternoon. This is Claudia Edwards, Deputy Superintendent of Academics for Fairfield County School District, and we're holding our first STEM Early College Summer Check-in, and we have one student who will be checking in with us to give us a status report on where he is on his STEM Early College Academy summer work. We have Mr. Trapp, who has been supporting students in the area of math. We have Ms. Sobers, who's been our technology guru as it relates to the Chromebooks. So, Mr. Trapp, could you start with just kind of giving a brief overview as to where the students should be at this point in math?
By this time, I was hoping, Dr. Evans, they would have finished the packet I gave them and put their answers into Master Connect.
Okay.
And then I sent them a presentation asking them to go take a practice test at a college that also uses Compass.
Mm-hmm.
So by now, I'm hoping that they have done that practice test and have gone off and seen some of the other resources that I shared with them.
And Mr. Trapp, those resources have been shared via email and shared within Google Drive, correct?
I did them on a presentation, so I'm assuming it was Google Drive.
Yes, that is correct.
I made about 4 presentations, and I send one out every Friday to remind the students what my expectations are.
Perfect.
Now, Jarrell, have you received any of that information?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's no excuses. Doc, if Jarrell's got it, they should have it, but he's the only one, he and Lamar Richards, the only one that's talked to me about math.
Perfect, perfect. Jarrell, did you have any questions about the math assignments that Mr. Trapp sent out via Google Drive?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you on track?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. I answered that one, Dr. Evans, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Switching gears now to Chromebooks. Is there anything else, Mr. Trapp, you wanted to add or share to the other STEM participants who are not able to log in today?
The only thing I'm hurt, Dr. Evans, here we are adults trying to make life beautiful for these young students, and they're not taking advantage of it. So I'm hurt. I'm real hurt. And I just want the students to know that, by now I expect that my inbox to be full. And like I said, I've only heard from 2 students, and that's not fair.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Trapp, I'm a little saddened as well that many of the other students have not taken advantage of this. But I'm hoping by them going back and watching this video, they'll understand that we're very, very serious about providing them with the support, and that it's a privilege to have this level of support, not only virtually, but face-to-face as well. So I'm hoping once I distribute this video to everyone that you will have some additional students to reach out to you and Ms. Martin for some additional support.
I hope so.
And I do know that, Jarrell, Ms. Martin is out at a teacher conference this afternoon, or actually this week, so that's probably likely the reason why she was unable to join us. But I do know she shared with me that you have been in contact with her on a consistent basis as well.
Okay.
All right. Let's switch gears over to Ms. Sobers. Ms. Sobers, are there any updates that you want to share with the group along with Jarrell?
No, I just want you guys to know we still have about 9 to 10 students who have not picked up their Chromebook. So that could be a cause of why they have not checked in with us. So I'm waiting to get in contact with them. At this point, I think I'm just going to send letters to those particular students, to their parents, to let them know they need to come in and get them.
Okay.
With 85 or 70 Chromebooks being dispersed, the number of issues that we've had have been a handful. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that, unless these students just have not gotten in contact with me, Alan, or Lee.
Perfect. Perfect. Jarrell, can you kind of give us your insight on how you like having the new Chromebook along with having the MiFi connection?
There's really not a difference, but I do see a difference in battery life. As far as using it when it's not plugged into the wall, when I use it, it seems to be a lot more long-lasting with battery life, and when I charge it, it charges pretty quick because I don't let mine get below 70%. I don't use my Wi-Fi. I use my personal Wi-Fi that I have at home, but when I do use my Wi-Fi, it seems it'll only bring up Verizon wireless page, and it won't bring up any other page.
Okay, Jarrell, since you're so on top of your work, I'm not going to interrupt you, but when you come into school, I believe you guys are bringing your Chromebooks on the second day. I'll make sure that I come see you.
Okay.
Okay, and I might make sure I'm asking you to bring your Wi-Fi to school, and I'm going to have to send your mother email or call her because we gave specific instructions for you guys not to unless they heard from administration to bring your Wi-Fi on site. So I'll give your mother or your parents a call to ask them to allow you to bring it in on day 2 because I need to test that and see what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Jarrell, how are you able to tell what's your battery life of your Wi-Fi? How are you able to see that?
It's a system bar. Like when you cut it on and you look up in the right-hand corner, it's a system bar.
Okay.
Like you can see when it goes up and down, but it won't give you the percentage because I haven't really gone through it. I just turn it on and use it if I need to.
Okay.
Well, I haven't had any problems with it, Dr. Edwards, and I'm a novice. Every time I try to do something on it, it does it. So I haven't had any problem.
Awesome. Mr. Trapp, are you within the town limits of Winsboro, or are you in one of our outlying areas?
I'm in Columbia.
Oh, you're in Columbia. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Well, Jarrell, is there anything that while we have you here and you're the only student, is there anything that you wanted to share with us that we haven't asked? Anything you think we need to be aware of related to the Chromebooks or to the STEM Early College Academy in general?
It's related to the Chromebooks. You say that you activated Google Plus, and like I can't access it through my personal account, but as far as the school account, it still has that message. Google Plus is not available for your organization.
Okay. And actually, I found that in my research that I don't necessarily have to activate the Google Plus for you all to have the Hangout option. And so you're still able to communicate with us via the Google Plus, the Google Hangout on air. And I elected not to go ahead and activate your Google Plus profiles. Are you 13, Jarrell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are 13. All right. So I will personally touch bases with your other members of your cohorts just to confirm what your birth dates are. Because if I were to activate that unit, your grade level STEM, and you all are below the age of 13, they could lock you out of your accounts. Yeah. So that's why I elected not to go ahead and turn on the Google Plus community, because I didn't want the risk of actually getting you all locked out of your account by turning the Google Plus on. So in all honesty right now, because I turned on the Google Hangout on air, y'all are not able to actually have and participate in a Hangout without actually being tied to a Google Plus community. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. So for right now, I'll leave the Google Plus community option off for right now. And I will re-examine it once we start the school year, and perhaps one of your teachers may like to set up a community, like Mr. Trapp may want to set up a community now that he's becoming my expert with Google, Mr. Trapp.
Don't stop that.
He may want to set up some private communities for you all to communicate, and he can communicate with you all. But Mr. Trapp or Ms. Solvers, was there anything else that you wanted to add for the good of the group?
No, I do want Jarrell to just try to close that Verizon page down, because that's like a welcome page, and see what happens if you have not tried that as of yet.
I mean, when I log onto it, I close it. Like I try to go to another website because I end up exiting that the Verizon Wireless tab out.
Okay.
And like I try to go to Google, and it doesn't bring up iBoss. It doesn't bring up this web page cannot load. And
so you're not even getting your iBoss login screen.
I mean, since I'm connected to my personal Wi-Fi, it comes up.
Well, your iBoss screen, I believe, should still come up even if it's your personal, because it's our device. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that when you come in. I'll take a look at it on day 2, okay? When you bring your device in, and I just gotta remember, call your parents.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Edwards.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. Have our cases came in?
No, actually, oh, you can show Jarrell the case.
Yes.
He's the first one to see the case.
Ms. Trap on the case too.
Wow. Can you see it, Jarrell?
I can see it.
Okay.
And that case, Mona, tell them a little bit about the case.
This case is called bump armor. It is really, truly reinforced inside and around the edges so that you guys, and it has a carry strap, so that you guys can just slide it in your book bag, and it really can, it's stiff, so it really will protect the Chromebooks. Okay, so should it get dropped or someone stands on it or falls on it. So that was my concern, and when Dr. Edwards and I were researching bags for you guys, that was our number one item at the top of the list, to make sure the bag could withhold, you know, a brunt hit. So this is the solution to that. It's called a bump armor bag.
And we are not encouraging STEM students that you are to stand on this, try to break it, or anything like that. But this is the case. The show Jarrell the oh, we don't have the other colors, right? We just have red.
So we just have, it's red, black, blue, and a lime green. And Dr. Edwards and I opted for the red as a universal color for all STEM students, male and females.
Jarrell, what do you think about that?
It looks good. I see the charging port for that. In the front, I see a little card. Is that like where you can put your name tag? So
Yes, an ID card in there. Yes.
Okay.
And Mona, open the inside. And Mr. Trapp, I have a case for you.
It's, Jarrell, if you can see, I can't even bend. I'm trying to bend it. I can't even bend it. That's
Okay.
how reinforced this bag is.
Okay, I can see it
Okay.
now.
And it comes with a strap in case you want to just carry it.
Okay.
I want one of them pretty bags, Dr. Evans.
Okay. Well, we will make sure we get you one. I didn't know if you wanted one just to have just for right now.
No, I'm good right now. I remember you gave me one earlier when I was in there earlier.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm not using it.
All right, good deal.
Okay.
All right. And Mona, when do you think those will be in?
I talked to the manufacturer today. He's actually going to talk to his team because he was still at home when I called him this morning to get me an ETA because the demand is enormous.
Okay.
So he should be getting back to me today with an ETA.
Okay. Jarrell, what do you think about the color?
It looks good. But I do have a question. Do we get to choose our color, or do y'all choose it for us?
Dr. Edwards and I chose to just go with red across the board. I wasn't going to get any an assortment of colors because my concern is in budgeting. If I said, okay, I got 15 girls and 13 guys, and one happens to leave the program, and it's a girl, and then a guy comes in, well, if she picked lime green, the gentleman's going to be stuck with lime green. So I said, let's choose one color across the board. This way, if I have a change in the amount of students going up and down, it's just even across the board. I don't have to worry about a boy walking around with a lime green bag or not wanting it and then not using it to protect the Chromebook.
Okay.
Also, from a teacher viewpoint, Ms. Sobers, we can identify that bag and know it belongs to
Exactly, and that's why I like the red. That's what I said to Dr. Edwards this morning. It is definitely identifiable as a STEM
Yes,
bag.
ma'am.
Awesome. Awesome.
Now, if you we can look at it, Dr. Edwards. If you want to do red and blue, those are both universal also. But I like the red because just for that
those are
reason.
STEM
It's
students.
STEM.
Yeah.
I would stick with the red as a warning. If I see it in my class, I do it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And we can immediately identify that that's a STEM student.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally. Jarrell, is there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, ma'am. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, Jarrell, you know how to reach out, like you have been reaching out to myself, Miss Sobers, or Mr. Trapp. And we thank you for taking time out to log in. And I thank you for encouraging your students because I saw your invite that you followed up to my invite that I sent out on Saturday. You went back and followed up with your classmates again to try to get them to log in as well. So I do appreciate your efforts to get your students, your fellow classmates, more involved.
No problem.
All right. Well, guys, Mr. Trapp, Jarrell, and Ms. Solvers, thanks so much. And this ends our first broadcast. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Y'all have a good day.